I remember thinking that if I reached a certain milestone, purchased a specific item, or collected a certain quantity of something, I would finally achieve the level where I could genuinely feel satisfied and fulfilled. But in reality, something very strange happened. The more I accumulated, the less I felt. I became increasingly empty and unsettled. If you have ever experienced that sharp empty ache after a major success or acquiring a long-desired object that you thought would bring eternal joy, then this episode is for you. It's a strange disappointment, often called the arrival fallacy. We're going to confront that feeling head-on. Today we will dive deep into why, ironically, the pursuit of more means less internal fulfillment and genuine happiness. We will uncover a prevailing paradox that quietly erodes our contentment and strips away our peace of mind, and learn how to break this destructive cycle. This knowledge is the first step toward lasting peace. Why isn't more equal to happiness? Let's start with the central question that causes so much anxiety in our modern existence. Why do we lack peace, even when we seemingly have everything? The answer lies in an ancient mechanism of our brain, which psychology calls the hedonic treadmill. Imagine a treadmill. You achieve a major success or make a big purchase, and your happiness level jumps up for a moment. But our brain adapts incredibly quickly to the new luxury or success. The joy constantly returns to its baseline. We are running non-stop, but the finish line keeps moving away, because our baseline level of contentment is also constantly rising. The excitement of a new acquisition only lasts for a temporary period. This is not our fault. It's an evolutionary mechanism. Our constantly dissatisfied brain kept us moving for the sake of survival. But in the 21st century, this mechanism steals our joy and leaves behind an empty pain, like a trophy standing empty on a shelf. This outdated instinct is now counterproductive to modern contentment. This is aggravated by the paradox of choice. Never before have we had so many options, opportunities, products, or career paths available as we do today. And what happens? Instead of freeing us, this multitude of choices leads to anxiety. The thought is almost always there: could I have chosen better? Is there maybe something even better out there? This uncertainty steals the joy of the present moment, which is the source of true abundance. Too many options often result in decision fatigue and regret. The trophy is empty because the motivation was not fulfillment. Success remains only a temporary patch as long as we exclusively make our inner worth dependent on external performance and accumulation. To find true peace, we must examine what fuels this endless hunger. Authentic peace is found by shifting focus from having more to being more. The relentless pursuit, the modern addiction to more. To truly break the paradox of more being less, we must understand what drives us forward. This isn't just about our intentions, but also about our internal biochemistry and our social environment. This drive is deeply rooted in our evolutionary programming for survival. Modern life is one huge experimental laboratory where dopamine is the main currency. This neurotransmitter rewards searching, accumulating, and discovery. Dopamine doesn't reward arrival, it rewards continuous movement. Every new notification, every new purchase, every tiny fragment of success is a small dose of dopamine, creating the illusion that we are getting closer to happiness. It is crucial to differentiate between the pleasure of seeking and the fulfillment of finding. This internal drive combines with external pressure. Social media and advertisements fuel the compulsion for endless comparison. We constantly see others searching, accumulating, and buying, and the social expectation is to keep up with the Joneses. This is a vicious cycle where the illusion of success conceals a deeper exhaustion. We are not choosing freely, we are reacting to social pressure, which becomes a pursuit disguised as progress. The cost of constantly competing for external validation is our inner peace. However, this pursuit can also be an escape from real life. Instead of sitting in the silence of the present moment and facing our inner questions, we immediately look for another external target, another more, to keep ourselves busy. We chase external happiness until we burn out, while the true source, inner peace, remains untouched. The temporary comfort of distraction prevents us from seeking long-term solutions. But what happens if we say, enough? What happens if we turn our gaze away from the external pursuit and finally focus on inner value creation? Redefining enough and finding true value. If the relentless pursuit doesn't give us peace, what does? The shift from external growth to inner depth. This is the true message to the soul. This is the point where we stop the treadmill and dare to measure differently. The answer lies in shifting our focus from accumulation to appreciation. The key to true abundance is the transition. First, we must redefine the concept of enough. The focus shifts from more to the right amount. This minimalism is not about material sacrifice, but a deliberate internal decision to keep only what truly holds value for us in our lives. It is a powerful choice to align your possessions with your deepest personal goals. True value is not in accumulation. We must invest in experiences, personal growth, and genuine relationships, instead of material goods. An experience does not adapt as quickly as an object. A deep conversation, an inspiring journey, or the silence of meditation. These do not signify more possessing, but deeper being. Experiences continue to generate happiness long after they are over. And here comes the most important resource: gratitude. Gratitude is not a passive feeling, it is an active affirmation. When we consciously give thanks for what we already have, it instantly eliminates the compulsion of the "I need more" feeling. Gratitude proves the richness of the present moment. Imagine if every morning you started the day with the existing abundance, instead of focusing on scarcity. Practicing gratitude is the antidote to the endless desire for external validation. This transition is the path to true fulfillment. We don't have to abandon all ambition, but we must learn to separate desire from internal need. If the inner foundation is solid, external goals become merely part of the game, not the basis of our happiness. Cultivating inner contentment, practical steps towards a fuller life. Theoretical understanding is not enough. Lyra's message always encourages action, the practical application of self-knowledge. To truly break the paradox of abundance, here are some steps you can implement immediately. Transformation begins with intentional and consistent daily practice. Define your personal enough point. This is the most crucial step. Don't let the world or your neighbor define success for you. Sit down and ask yourself, what truly makes me happy and aids my growth? What is beyond that, and is merely unnecessary noise? Identify your own internal boundaries in consumption and digital time. Defining enough is the core act of regaining control over your desire. Digital and information detox. The relentless hunger for more is largely fueled by continuous digital stimulation. You can alleviate this in two ways: implement daily digital detoxes, and prioritize genuine relationships and investment in inner well-being, rather than online validation. Consciously disconnecting allows your mind to reset its baseline. The 2 notebooks method. Keep 2 journals. You can call one the seeking journal, where you note down the desires you want to achieve. You can call the other the gratitude journal, where you write down 10 things every evening that already enrich your life. If the gratitude journal side is thicker than the seeking side, you are on the right path toward inner abundance. This exercise makes the invisible abundance in your life visible. The paradox of abundance is merely an illusion, a veil before reality. Chasing more does not bring fulfillment, because fulfillment is already within you. It cannot be acquired, but rather discovered. This discovery requires us to shift our perception inward. When you recognize where your personal enough point is, you free yourself from perpetual dependence. You stop the noise, and finally hear the message of the soul. This message always whispers, you are already enough. Embrace your completeness in the present moment. True abundance doesn't mean having more things, but needing fewer things to be happy. Thank you for joining me today. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can meet again. If you know someone who could use this message as a balm right now, please share it with them.